Although the machine is powered up and ready to go, there are a couple functions that we need to perform before we start our first shirt, so I'm going to show you those functions right now. Although the machine is powered up and ready to go, we still need to clear out yesterday's stuff and get it ready for today's stuff. So you'll see 3 dashes right here. You need to hit this reset button to get the machine started for today. So you hit that. It comes up with this number here. That's how many shirts I pressed yesterday. So we want to clear all that out and get it ready for today's shirts. The way to do that is this middle button on the top with the 0. Hit that. Zeroes it out for today. Before we go through what all these buttons do, I want to take a moment to show you what the big buttons are for here on the top, and then we'll come back and show you what these do. Again, the very first and foremost thing that you need to remember is this emergency stop right here. At any time, if you need the machine to stop, you press that button. If you have pressed that button and you need to move on from that, you have to twist it and pull it back up or the machine still will not go. Once you do that, you can hit this blue reset button. This blue reset button at any time will take you back a step and set you back up so you are ready to press shirts. These 2 green buttons here, one on each end, is for the actual pressing motion. It brings the top press down. You have to hold them both at the same time so that way there's no way you can have your hand under the machine while it's pressing, because they both have to be on the buttons at the same time. If your left hand is on this button and your right hand is on that button, then we know for sure that there is no hands or arms inside that press. It's all about safety. Alright, back to the control panel. I'm going to show you what the various buttons here do. Even if you don't use them very often, you still need to know what they do. This one here in the top left corner, if you press that, it makes the spot where you lay the collar down, it makes that flat. If the light is green, that means you hit it. This one right here turns the vacuum on, and it turns the vacuum off. This button right next to it is the timer for the vacuum. When you're in the process of pressing the cuffs and collars, the vacuum comes on at the end of the press. You can adjust how long the timer is set for. This button right here, I already showed you, that clears out your number, sets the count back to 0. This one right here, the light is lit up right now. This is how long the press head is actually down. Right now it's set at 40 seconds on that one. I use the short one down here. I hit that button. It'll tell you how many seconds right there it's set for. So it spends 30 seconds pressing each shirt. Each button has an icon that symbolizes what the button is for. This first one here is for the collars. That arrows going side to side means it flattens the area out where the collar is pressed instead of having the groove in the middle. This one down here in this corner with the cylinder and the arrow pointing down, this one is for the vacuum. It turns the vacuum on and off. This one right next to it also has a small picture of the vacuum with a clock up above it. That controls the timer for the vacuum, how long the vacuum is actually on. And again, this one up here with the less than and greater than 0 button just resets your counter on the LED display. These 2 buttons have to do with the preset timers. There's the long timer and a short timer. This knob right here adjusts the time on each of them, but once they are set at preset times, you just want to leave it there. The green light is on for the long timer. So if you change it to the short timer, it'll tell you that's set for 30 seconds. You hit the top one again, that'll tell you it's set for 40 seconds on the long timer. It's important to know that you do not change any numbers with this knob unless you are instructed to do so by your supervisor. Many first-time users wonder why there's a vacuum on this machine because they thought the shirts were already clean, but actually it's a part of a safety feature. This machine uses steam, which is hotter than boiling water, so the vacuum removes the steam, which is a safety feature because it's all about safety. Alright, after the machine is ready to go and we're ready to grab our first shirt, all the shirts that are processed throughout the day are stored in these bins to keep the moisture in. So now we are ready to do our first shirt.